So what is a framework? So framework is nothing but it's a set of instructions and guidelines, and you're going to arrange the code in a proper folder structure. That is called framework. And why do you need a framework? So framework will give you a lot of features that you can use. So it's going to be very easy maintenance, and reusability of the code is available. It provides the reports. It provides the logs and screenshots. And any technical user also can write the code very easily. So that's the main concept of this framework. So what are the different types of frameworks you have is data-driven framework, keyword-driven framework, hybrid framework. Basically, it is what is hybrid framework? It's a combination of test-ng, data-driven or keyword-driven, plus page object model design pattern. So let's go understand, you know what is test-ng already, right? So
Yes.
test-ng you use it to design the test cases based on the annotations and organize your classes in the suite files, different suite files you can create with the test-ng framework. And also, and basically, yeah, so that's a test-ng purpose. Data-driven is used if there is a multiple sets of data, but same scenario, the flow is same, but data only changes. That is called data-driven testing. Okay, so only data changes, but flow is same. All the steps are same. So from first phase to last phase, only data changes. That is called data-driven testing. So form, nothing but page object model design pattern. So form means what? Form is nothing but how you can design our web pages, right? So using different web page concepts, like how you will identify your web elements. How you will identify your web elements. So that's the page object model design pattern, we call that. So page object model is known as a form, we also call this. It's a design pattern in Selenium, so which is going to use to create the object repository for storing all web elements. So it is useful in reducing the code duplication and improve the test case maintenance. So what you will do is you will write in one page class that page related all elements using some object identification process. What are all the object identification mechanisms we have? How you will identify the elements? So what mechanisms you are using to identify? How Selenium recognize the elements?
How it recognized, you said?
How it will recognize?
Like driver find element method.
Okay, that is okay. Find element, okay. How? So what mechanism Selenium uses to identify the elements?
Object identification.
What is that object identification? What is that object identification? If
Like
you will
finding
tell
the-
Selenium object identification, then it will recognize.
What's that? Can you say it again? Sorry.
So if you tell object identification, Selenium will recognize.
No, by
What mechanism you need to, so you're using in Selenium to identify the elements. What concepts you will use to identify the elements?
I don't recall now.
After completing the entire Selenium, you are again so it's 0 in the Selenium. The basic concept. What is this, sir?
Well, yeah, I don't recall now, man. I'm sorry. I have
Okay.
tons of things in my mind, you know what I mean? Sorry. I don't, I
So
just,
it's locators, right?
yeah, locators, yeah.
Then you have to tell locators.
Yeah,
Object identification mechanism, Kiran, what object identification? How it will know? Using locators, it will it will identify the elements. So different object identification mechanism locators. Okay, so what are the advantages of that object identification in page object model is helps with easy maintenance. Why easy maintenance? Each page class has all that page related elements. Using different locators, you will identify them, each element. If any change happen in the UI, okay, you will modify only in that page class. No need to modify in the test cases where you are using that variable, that element variable. That is the advantage of this page object model. So this is going to help reusing the code. One time you will identify the element, that element you can reuse anywhere. So that's another reusability of the code is there. Readability and reliability of the scripts. Readability, why it is readability we are saying is clearly you're mentioning, okay, this element belongs to that page only. With the page name, you will create a page class. So you will create it with the page class. That is the main concept you are doing here. That's a readability will be there very clearly. These are the advantages of page object model concept. How you will implement this page object model? Either you can use a plain page object model or page factory concept. Plain page object model is public static final by element name by dot locator value. This is what you need to tell locators. How you will identify the elements by locators. This by dot locator return type, you see that by class. By class it returns the element name. So that's the how will identify. So once you identify the elements using locators concept, that page relate to all elements. What are all elements you need? Every element you identify in this format. What is that? Public static final by return type, because this by dot locator return type is a by. Then element name. So after identifying all the elements, now write action on these elements, action methods. Action methods means all non-static methods you will create. Non-static methods on these elements. What action you want to do on these elements? So that action method you will write. Public void click element. So driver dot find element. Generally, we find element inside, you will write by dot locator, right? That is equal to this element name. So that element name we keep it here. Dot click method. That's it. Is this clear?
Yeah, this is creating just like common function for all of the clicks.
Not common function. It just that page element action. What action you want to do on that element. Like
Okay.
that, you have so many elements, right? Each element you have to do action.
Uh-huh.
Action methods.
Yes.
Like clicking, typing, and then so getting the text and selecting the option from radio button. This is where you have to do all the any element you are writing there in this space class. There must be an action method.
Okay.
So like this. So each element you have to write a method for that. What action you are doing on the elements. You have already given in the beginning classes. So element wise, I have given the action method, right?
Mhm.
So click on what are all the elements you will do, click. What elements you will do, click action.
Like button,
Buttons,
drop
check
downs.
boxes, radio buttons, drop downs.
Drop downs, why you will click, sir?
So
Did you
select.
tell that?
Sorry, sir. Select, sir.
Driver, yeah, drop down select.
Select, sir.
This is what basics you should know very clearly. Link button, checkbox, radio button, and combo box or list box. So here you will use a click action. Such kind of any elements are there, you will do click on link, click button. So this is the methods you will create. And then type action where you will perform.
So type action, edit boxes.
Edit
Edit
box.
box are text boxes.
So that's the type action. You will write, so type on this element. Or
By using send case method.
send case method. That you will write here. That's the action methods you will write on the elements. That's the first process. Second process, page factory class. So what is page factory class in Selenium? A page factory is a class in Selenium. So which is another design pattern. So to support the design pattern, page object model design pattern, you will use page factory class. So in the page factory, you will use @find by annotation, init elements method to initialize that page web elements. That page web elements. That is the page factory concept. @find by annotation used in page factory to locate and declare web elements using different locators. So you'll write like this: @find by bracket the locators, all the locators you use. So it's up to you what locator you want to use. Then you write okay, this locator belongs to which web element? Which web element? So that element name you write. That's the @find by annotation. So @find by with the different location strategies to find web elements and okay, to perform actions on that. So these are the locators you are going to use to do that actions. Then why you will use init elements method? This is the static method in the page factory class. So this method will initialize all that web page elements wherever you are going to use this page object. That's a init elements method. So this init elements method, you will write inside the constructor. Every page, you need to write a one constructor. That constructor inside, we are going to write that. So that's the init elements method purpose in the page factory. So this is the second approach. We are going to use this approach only. Page factory concept only in identification of elements. So this is the how you will write. So you will create a class, then constructor, page factory dot init elements, driver comma this keyword you will write. Then at the rate find by locator equal to locator value. And private web element name you will write. So like this, you will write all the elements. See, every element in this page class. So you will identify that elements using this process. Then on these elements, you write the respective action methods. Okay, but here observe that first one and second of process. Here you are getting directly element. You don't need to write again driver dot find element here. You will directly get element dot the action method. Okay. So are we clear?
Okay. Development.
Here how you have written, sir, here. In this plain page object, how you have written here. Here you are not getting the web element here. Here this variable data type is a by only, that's it. But here you are getting the element directly. That means in the methods you can use directly element dot element methods. You don't need to write a driver dot find element here. Is this clear at least now or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the main concept. So you don't
Okay.
need to write a driver dot find element because you are getting directly element here. Okay.
What
So
is the
this-
lazy? There is something lazy.
That's
Can you-
okay. Ajax location, Ajax elements are there, right? In the your so web pages. So
Yes.
to do that, you will use lazy initialization, but generally we will use init elements method only. Okay. So this lazy initialization only to handle the Ajax elements. So that we are using WebDriver wait commands to do that. Okay, that's no need of that. So what is the framework structure you need to use? So see, we have 3 phases totally. Development of the test scripts, then execution phase, and finally running in the CI phase. CI means continuous integration tool you need to run. These are the 3 phases are there in the automation development framework inside. So in this framework, you're going to use Java, Selenium, TestNG, Maven, page object model, and also the application is OpenCart application we are using. Okay, OpenCart application we are using. So what are the components or packages you have? So generally pages component, one package. Pages is one component. Test cases is another component. And utilities is another component. Test data is another component. Resources, so like, properties, configurations, and log4j, reports, another component, logs, another component. So pom.xml is the heart of your Maven project. Then, so this part is only you will do first, this part has to be finished. After development only, you can place this all the classes inside the testng.xml. Then testng.xml you have to include in the pom.xml. Then you will run it. Once you run, you will get the reports and logs. So this is the complete framework structure. Then you will integrate that in the GitHub version control tool you are using. That is a Git. Git is a version control tool which is used to push your all this code into GitHub. So it's a cloud-based web application where you will store all your code in the GitHub. So you have to use this git commands. Okay. If you use the git commands, then this entire code, whatever the code your new files you are creating, are making changes to the same files, you can push all the code here in this GitHub. From the GitHub, you can take it in the Jenkins, and there you can run the entire code. So you're not going to keep your code in your local machine. So once you are done, you are going to push that code into your Git using Git, and you will place it in the GitHub repository. This is the repository. And this is the version control tool. This version control tool, why we are calling, every time you change, that will create a snapshot here. So another version it will create for that file, for that whatever the files you are modifying, that version will be created here using this Git tool. How you will interact, this is all this code will be, so in your local repository, first time, you are the first time user and creating a framework first time, this entire code will be in your local machine. How you will place it in the GitHub? Using this Git tool. So that Git tool will place this entire code, and here in this one repository you will create, that repository everybody is going to use. So one time effort that this structure and everything will be created and placed it here. Later, the testers will take the code from this GitHub and look, they'll copy to, they'll download the entire code into their local machines, and they will work on that. They will add this project to Eclipse, and then they can write the code. So they can modify the code, they'll write the new files, everything, they will work on that. Once the work is done, again using Git, they'll push the code to the same repository. So per project, one repository will be there. There is no multiple repositories. So repository means the entire application code. It will be available there. That is the, so repository means. And that's the detailed structure I have given here. This is the components, base component. And
What is Jenkins anyway, Ramesh?
Jenkins is the CI/CD tool. So you want to run nighttime your regression test cases. Okay. This will run. This will run automatically. You don't need to go and trigger. So you want to run this entire all your test cases. How you will run? You have to use Jenkins. Jenkins will help you to run your test cases, and it will send a mail to you also automatically.
Should we configure any configuration needed for Jenkins?
Yeah, yeah, that you will do. I'll show you that.
Okay.
When we are there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now understand the high level. Okay. So that's a high level components I'm going to show you in detail here. This is the base component. This is the pages component. And then you have a config files in the resources, and data you will put in the resources, these two. And then utilities, listeners. Utilities is going to have all the utility classes. That means reusable methods. Reusable methods like how to read the data from Excel sheets, and your WebDriver utilities, and JavaScript utilities. All these utility methods are available under this component. Listeners will listen to your actions. Your actions means your WebDriver actions and TestNG behavior. So that listeners you will develop here in this component. Listeners basically how you want to run your code. So in an optimized way, and also after running, this listeners will generate reports, nice reports. So that listeners purpose is that is the one. It will give you how many test case passed, failed, skipped. If any test case fails, take the screenshot. All this will be given to us. So that's the main concept of this listeners component. So, and here, test cases. Test cases, you will write your test ng classes. Then reports will be there. So this is the high level structure. So the component we are going to create now, okay? So this is the same I was explaining, right? That's again similar. I just written a multiple, okay? So again, WebDriver. So this is the base class. In the base class, what you will do, reading the properties, file, data, this here you will store the data, right? That data you can read, that method you can place in the base class, then driver initialization. So like different suits, okay? Your browser initialization you will keep in the annotations, before suit, after suit, and your and you will extend that to, so this base class will be extended to many classes like WebDriver utility methods, keys classes, and your utility classes. So you might need some driver variable that you can use by extending them, because this is the different packages all. So how you can use so different packages by so just extending this class, base class, to different classes. Then this is all development phase. And then execution phase is, so this is the till here development phase. The till test cases is the development phase. Then all the classes you will include in the testng.xml, which classes you want to run. Then include that in the form.xml. Just now I have shown that in the diagram. Then push that code in Git to GitHub. Then run in the Jenkins pipeline. So this is the all execution phase, and this is the CI pipeline. So pipeline is nothing but CI, the sequential flows, what it has to do. That you will do in the Jenkins. That I'll show you complete structure. Now let's understand, did you get all the components? What are the different components are there in the framework?
Yes.
Components is nothing but packages. Okay. Packages, different packages. So what are the different packages? So those packages you can use. So the packages like, base class, one base package, all your browser,
Yes.
the base means a parent class will be there. That parent class inside, how to read the data from properties files, and how you will initialize your WebDriver. So how you will start your browser, how you will open your application. Only one time you will write there, not every time. So in the test engine we have written for every time, right? But that's not going to happen here. Okay, so for entire project, only one class, your initialization must be there, not in all the classes. Is it clear, sir?
Okay, base class basically super class for the other class, right?
Exactly. There's a super class for all the classes.
So reading properties, driver initialization, first seed after
Okay.
seed.
Yeah.
No, Yeah.
Okay. So next, did you implement interface in your automation? So these are the common questions you will get.
Driver is an interface.
So did you implement interface in your automation? Yes, we are going to implement the interface in our automation. Where you have used, we have implemented iTest listener interface in our custom classes. iTest listener is an interface in test engine. There you are doing that. So there you are doing that. So that you will implement. All the iTest listener interface methods are implemented in custom listener class. So you can create any class. That class you implements this interface. So what are the methods are there in the iTest listener interface? You have on finish, see on start, on test failure, on test skipped, on test start, on test success. So these are the methods. So interface inside, what methods will be there, sir? All abstract methods will be there. So these abstract methods you can implement in your custom class. So that's a Java concept. So then next question, where you have used Java OOPS concepts in your automation framework? First one is encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. These are the OOPS concepts. So encapsulation. So what is encapsulation?
Information hiding.
So basically, you are going to bind your data and methods as a single, okay, single unit.
Yeah, you cannot access the
So
object
the
field
elements, that's why I told, right, the elements you are making private. Only methods you are making public.
only you
Through
can.
methods you will access.
Yes.
Through methods you will access. And
So information hiding, basically, you cannot access the object fields. Just the
oh yeah, so the page objects are
Yeah,
declared
information.
as a private. That means page elements you will declare as a private. Respect to element methods, you will
maybe
define as
setter
a
and
public.
get, set and get
Yeah,
methods.
you setter or gets any kind of, not necessary setter, but
Yeah.
any methods, you make them public. So that's a hiding. So that's the concept you are going to use. So in the framework, that's one encapsulation process. Inheritance. So your base class extending into every test-ng class.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
Now, so let's go and see. See that a test-based class extending into many classes you can extend, not only one class, but many classes. So public class, WebDriver utility extends test-based class. And every page class will extend to WebDriver utility class. So this is the concept of, you're going to use in the inheritance concept. See, public class home page extends WebDriver utility. This is the multi-level inheritance. Why I'm calling multi-level? WebDriver utility is extended to test base.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, this is the child. This child extended to WebDriver utility. That means this home page can access WebDriver utility methods and even test-based methods also. That's a multi-level inheritance, we call this. Next, interface. So where you have used interface, that is different, and interface concept is applied in the Selenium framework. WebDriver itself is an interface. So WebDriver abstract methods are implemented in remote WebDriver class. So we are overriding the WebDriver methods in the remote WebDriver class. This is following the method overriding concept. So all WebDriver methods are implemented in the remote WebDriver class.
Sure. Yes.
So, and also not only WebDriver is an interface, here wait is an interface, JavaScript executor is an interface, action is an interface, takes a screenshot is an interface. These are all interfaces only. Okay, those are all interfaces. Okay. Now, polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? So driver equal to new Chrome driver. So driver equal to new Chrome driver.
Chrome driver extends web driver and
Not
driver.
extends web driver, sir.
Every driver could
So Chrome driver is going to extend to remote web driver class.
yes.
So class never extends to interface, sir.
Oh no, okay, yeah. Sorry. One
Web driver is an interface.
yes.
And that variable is pointing to the implemented class object where this interface is implemented. In these classes you are implementing.
This class implementation.
Ah.
You cannot create object from an interface. You have to implement it in another class.
Yes, that's what implementation I explained in the, that's why go to the implementation part, understand. If you're not understanding the implementation part, all this is difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. So this design is very important. Understanding the implementation part is very important. See, next polymorphism where you have used web driver equal to new Chrome driver. This is the runtime polymorphism. Why? This is the parent type, that variable pointing to the child class object where these methods are overridden. That's a runtime polymorphism. Method overloading where you have used in the Selenium. Actions class is, so all the methods are following method overloading concept, like a click, see without parameters, click, web element. So why you are calling a class can contain more than one methods with the same name, but parameters are only different. That is called method overloading. So context click. See, method name is same. So method overloading means what? Method name is same, but parameters should be different. So that is called method overloading. Same expected conditions class also. Method overloading followed many methods. Element to be clickable, element to be clickable. So what is the difference here? This is a bilocator and this is the web element data type parameter. Okay. Next. So that's all, sir. That's all the concepts. Okay. So let's go and understand the form, the Maven concept. What is Maven? Maven is nothing but it is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool.
Okay.
So build tool is used to build the entire project. Like, you know, it will so compile the entire code. So you have so much code you are writing in the project inside, right? That entire code will be compiled properly by this Maven build tool, any build tool. So build tool will do the compilation of the entire code. Required libraries will be downloaded to the project automatically. Previously, what we are doing, when you create a Java project, you are adding the Selenium jars, some other jar files, right, to the project. You don't need to do here. Okay. You just mention in the pom.xml file. This is the one of the component, heart of your Maven project. In this pom.xml, you will mention all your dependencies. Dependencies means libraries, what libraries you need for your project.
Mhm.
So what dependencies we need, like Selenium dependencies you need, right? If you want to write a Selenium code. All the Selenium jar files you need, right? What is there in the Selenium jar files? Selenium code is there. Already predefined code, predefined methods. Those are how you will get them if you add to your project. So that adding is done in the pom.xml directly. So just declare in the build section. This is the dependencies section. So these are 4 sections will be there in the pom.xml. One is project information. That means what is your project name and so the version, and that entire information will be in the project section. So in this, these are all 4 sections will be there. Then properties section. So each software version you can mention. Then third one, build section. How you want to build. So that build section will be third one. And a dependencies section. So all the dependencies you will mention, all the libraries you will mention in the dependencies section. So these are the 4 sections will be there in the pom.xml. So this is the first project information. So your group ID, artifact ID, version. Group ID means the domain, and artifact means the domain. Many softwares will be there, right? That is the one. And then what version it is. So this is the project information. Then properties section. So you will write a source encoding. Then you will write all the versions which are used in the dependency section. You can mention here. Then build section. So in the build section, so these are the 2 plugins you're using, Apache Maven plugins. So that is a Maven compiler plugin, first one. So what this compiler plugin will do, it will compile the entire project code. First it will compile, then it will run by Maven Surefire plugin. So Maven Surefire plugin will execute your test cases. Whatever you mention in the testng.xml, all those test cases will be executed by this Maven Surefire plugin. Clear?
Yeah, what other tool available instead of Maven? Other
You have Gradle.
Gradle? Okay.
So Gradle is another tool.
Okay.
So you can use Gradle also.
So this is the POM XML file, correct? The heart
Yes.
of the
Yeah,
of the
POM
project.
XML file. See, POM XML file.
So we have to
So then
dependencies and everything here.
dependencies section. The build section is ending here. Then you have a dependencies section. So in the dependencies section, so dependency. This is the one tag, one dependency. How you will mention this is the one dependency. Dependencies is the plural. That means many dependencies will be there. Now each dependency you are mentioning. What are all the dependencies? Different. This is the first one is Selenium dependency, Selenium Java. So in this group, you have so many artifacts. So many artifacts means different libraries we have, right? Selenium Java, Selenium Python, Selenium Ruby, Selenium C#, Selenium JavaScript, like this. This is the artifact is nothing but this is the umbrella inside. You have so many. That is called artifact. Single artifact means single software. That's artifact. A group means the parent. Parent below you have many childs. So the child is called artifact. Okay, what is that child version? This is the one. The version tag you are going to use. So this entire thing is in one dependency below. Okay. So dependency tag below you have a group ID tag, artifact ID tag, version tag. These are the main tags you will use under a dependency. Okay?
These dependencies automatically created or
no, you have to add.
We have to add it. Literally going there.
Add. Otherwise, how does it know?
Okay.
So what you want, you should know for your project. What dependencies you need, you should know.
So, like,
You should know,
before,
sir. You are the
okay, I
designer.
understand. Like
Hmm.
before, we used to import like different bunch of libraries.
Right.
So these libraries come under the dependencies too, right?
Hmm.
Like, let me tell you one example. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Just 1 second, sir. Yeah, we just like on we like let's say we are org.openqa.selenium.by, like different different classes we are importing in our file. So these dependencies literally we should write there, right? We should state.
Yes. You're going to mention them, all these dependencies. Next, you need a test ng dependency. Next, you need a commons IO dependency. For file copying, file utilities, and the take screenshot, you have a file utility class, right? That comes from here. So then you need a log4j dependency for logging purpose. So these are the two log4j dependencies. Then you have so this is all the Apache file libraries for reading the data from Excel sheets. If you want to work with Excel sheets, these Apache file libraries are important. These three, PyO XML, PyXML schemas that we need. Then extend report listener, extend report generation purpose, you will use this dependency. Okay. These are all dependencies we need to include in your form.xml.
Oh wow, it should be a lot of dependencies, and you have to know what dependency do, like literally, right? So how do you like? Isn't that hard? Like, differentiate these dependencies, sir? Like, how do you? Like, there are a bunch of dependencies out there. How do you like categorize? Like,
I'm
like
giving
you
no,
said-
sir. These are all important. You will come to know. So Selenium, and you are working with Selenium Java means Selenium Java you have to add. Then you are using test ng annotation means test ng annotation you have to add dependency. If you want to work with XML, Apache file libraries you need to add. And if you need a extend reports, you need to extend. These are the standard. It's not going to change. Only version will change. Okay. These dependencies doesn't change. Dependency name doesn't change. Only version is going to change. Is it clear?
Yes.
Is that then your question?
Yeah, but like my question was like there are a lot of dependencies, correct? And you have to literally know what dependency. What is the purpose of the dependencies that you are adding?
Yes, you should know. Otherwise, how we will add directly? So there are so many.
Is there any like list or something like that to see all of these dependencies?
That's what I'm going to give that. I already given this. This is the one list only I have told you now.
You have just only know this list, or
This is the one, sir, list. This is the list only I told. Okay, the categorization I did for reporting purpose. This dependency you need to add. For reading Excel files, this is the three dependencies you need to add. Log purpose, these two dependencies you need to add. So, and the utilities class purpose, the file utilities, you need to add commons IO. And for test ng, you need to add a test ng dependency. For Selenium, you need to add a Selenium dependency.
that's all we need to know for now. For this list,
Yeah.
isn't it? Okay,
Yeah,
that was my question. Thank you, Ramesh.
Yeah.
My concern, put it that way.
Okay. Right. So let's go and create the project, sir. So directly, okay? So then you will understand. So we have to create the project. Then only you will see all the structures, everything. Okay. So I'll create for you one. So Maven project. How to create a Maven project? New.
Project.
So
Maven.
project.
Existing.
So you can see here Maven project. Click
on
next. Check this checkbox. Click next. This is a one time only you will create project. Already, if your code is in the GitHub repository, you don't need to create again. Project creation is one time only. Then you will change the code. That's it. Okay. So now let's see. I'll give. Okay. Just give the group ID artifact. If you want to give differently, it's up to you. You can give differently also. No, not necessary you have to give same as a group ID. So there is no harm by giving same way. Okay. Next. So let's continue. Click on finish. So this is your project. So it's created. So you will get a predefined structure. You'll get a predefined structure. SRC main Java, SRC main resources, SRC test Java, SRC test resources, and form.xml. So let's go to the form.xml. So are you creating, sir? So you will do later.
Do you want me to create at the same time or?
Yeah, that helps you, right?
Okay, let me start then. So. Okay. Okay, new project, Maven, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat that step, sir? Sorry, I checked the Maven.
So new project,
Mhm.
Maven project, click next.
Just 1 second. Let me see your screen all the once. Just 1 second, sir. Okay, over here is just 1 second, sir. Maven. And the Maven project, right? Under.
Right.
And then next, okay.
Click
And
on next. Check this checkbox, create a simple project.
create a simple project. Okay. And then next. And then group ID. Okay. Okay. So, okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Hybrid.
just give the name, then letter. That's it. You
Okay.
can finish.
All right, hold on one second. After adding the group ID, next still is disabled. Next section. Can you go ahead, sir, from there? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Finish it. Okay. You finished it, right?
No, it doesn't move on. Even though I put the
One
group
click
ID name.
make a click action. So same we have a click action. So I'll take up this.
See, did you give artifact ID?
Yes, I did.
Login.
Huh?
I
This link.
Share your screen, sir. Don't waste time, okay?
okay. Don't aggregate it, okay? Just I am learning this stuff.
Yeah.
Like when
So
you do
if you
that,
get stuck, so share immediately, okay? So
okay, sir. Yeah.
no need to ask. So I don't get right. So I can quickly resolve.
Yeah, my saying no need
What we have given.
I get uncomfortable when you are when, can you
No,
someone
So just
can someone
can you go on mute others?
Yes.
Okay. Share
like
your
I said,
screen, sir.
sir, when you are getting angry over there, I feel uncomfortable. You cannot do it with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But thing is, I'm asking. So if you get stuck, immediately you share your screen. That's it. No need to ask that, so that we won't waste time.
Yeah, I understand, sir.
Yeah, that's I told you several times to you. If you share quickly, it will be resolved and we can save time.
Okay, hold on one second. Doesn't pick my.
If you uncheck this,
Can you see my screen, sir?
So you didn't give artifact ID. Give the artifact ID. It's clearly saying enter an artifact ID.
Okay.
It's a
Like
very readable statement.
Just any name.
You
Yeah.
give same group ID or a different one, anything is fine.
Okay.
Expand that. So you got everything, right? So that's it. Now you got see all the project structure, predefined structure you will get. Okay.
Okay.
So now go and click on the form.xml. So that we are going to add all the dependencies now. So
Okay.
dependencies, build section, everything we're going to add. So now first add the properties and build section. Okay. So let's go and copy from our blog. Open our blog in another tab. Okay. Just add this build section and properties section. Copy that.
Okay. Let me go to the block, sir. Okay. Just one second.
Always when you are landing in the class, sir, first one tab, you open our blog. That's a mandatory steps. Okay. Blog you open.
Okay.
Mandatory these things and open your Eclipse. These two things you have to do automatically while coming to the class so that we can save time.
Okay. Let me find the HybridFrame subject. So I try to find the subject.
Labels, you can find hybrid framework under labels. Go in the alphabetical order.
Okay. Okay.
Alphabetical order.
Okay, sir. Okay. HybridFramework. Okay. Properties from properties, right?
Mhm.
Properties to all the way end.
So till build, you have to copy,
Okay.
paste,
So
then copy and paste inside this version after, version tag after. Just press enter key, paste that.
okay, I did that. Okay,
That's it.
okay.
So then build section after this, press enter key and just write dependencies tag.
Mm-hmm.
So just dependencies tag. So inside you put the cursor. So one open tag, close tag,
Okay.
open tag and close tag.
Mhm.
So open tag below, you have to add one by one dependencies. So there is one more. Our blog link will be there, same area under hybrid framework utilities. Just below this link only, you have another one. You can see here, hybrid framework utilities. So this you can open in another tab.
Okay, let me go there. Hybrid framework utilities.
Okay. So
Yes.
this is these are all the step 2
Mm-hmm.
required dependencies to the form.xml. Automatically, all the dependencies are given with the link. You can just click on that and you can add that dependency to under dependency section. Okay. Just click on one by one link in the new tab you open. So directly it will take you to the Maven repository.
Just 1 second. Sir. Okay, I am in the Maven repository now for the first one.
Yeah, that's it. You can see here,
Yes.
4.8.3. Just click on this 4.8.3,
Mm-hmm.
copy this and paste it there.
Okay, sir.
So Control S after pasting here, do a Control S. That means it is going to download. See, now Maven dependencies are not there. It will add Maven dependencies. See, it is added. So that means all the Selenium downloads are downloaded under this Maven dependencies. Any dependency you are adding, that will be downloaded to your project automatically. So now 100% completed. Now all, see, now you can see them, all of them. You have to Control S, you have to do after pasting. After pasting this dependency, do a Control S.
Control S.
Mhm.
Okay.
Control S means for saving purpose.
Oh, I did Control C. Let's see. Control S.
Control S.
Okay. And then this, let me share my screen, sir. That's way it might be easier, you know?
Mm.
So I am here, like I did Control C, the copying.
Copy, sir. Copy is Control C only, always. Okay. Go to your web, the form.xml inside.
Yeah, I did it here. Let me also, you cannot see that.
Dependencies tag below, you paste this. After pasting, press Control yes.
Control. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
okay.
That's
I
it.
cannot see the library though.
Control S you didn't do still. You didn't do
Okay.
Control S.
Right
Put
here
the
on the left side or right side. Control S.
sir, put the cursor in the dependencies section only.
Mm-hmm.
Now do Control S. See now bottom side building, you are getting right. Bottom side building 5770. Now you can see Maven dependencies.
Oh yeah.
Download
Okay.
sources and Java docs is there.
Okay. Okay. Sir. Thank
In the
you.
bottom left side, bottom right side, you observe there is a 48%, 78%.
Where is it? 50? Where is the percentage?
That is gone. You have to observe immediately.
Okay. All right.
That means already downloaded. That's why you got a Maven dependencies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
sir.
that like that you add others also. There is others also, right? Other dependencies.
Yes. Yes.
In the same here, the first one you added. Now what is the second one?
Let me go to
TestNG. Here you can see TestNG.
TestNG. Yes. 771, right? The first one.
Right, right.
Okay. So let me go see. Control S. Okay. After copying, Control S, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Let me do the others. Comments.
Okay, so this is also going to be added.
Okay. Okay. I am adding all of them, sir.
So that is all of them I have given already in the blog. So you don't
Okay.
need to worry also which one you need to add also. Listed out everything in the order.
Okay. I can add it later. Okay. So go ahead, sir. I don't want to consume your time.
Okay. So just add one by one, all these dependencies.
Okay, I will, sir. I will. So let me
So
stop.
go and copy this and paste it here. After pasting, do a Control S. Every dependency after you have to do Control S. So that will be downloaded to your project.
Okay.
After that, next this one, Commons IO. This also you open in the new tab. And this one, again, same procedure. Then, so POI, Apache POI, you just open this also, everything one by one, follow that same order. So which order I have given there, so follow one by one, just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so next,
So
same
you're
way,
not sharing your screen, sir.
You don't see.
not sharing?
No.
Where is it? Okay. Yeah. So these are all so in the order, same order I am adding, okay, all of them. So till now I added here, till here I completed POI. So I have completed till POI. So this is the POI I added. And then, so we need to add next this one. Just
Login.
right click and open the link. So these are all links, clickable links. So just go and add this, copy, just a selection automatically it will copy. And one by one dependency we're adding. Do a Control S. Next, close this. Then after this, these are all done. Okay, next move on to Log4j. So next, this one. So log4j core. So this one also add that. So close this and extend reports. This one, copy this, go and paste this. And then so copy this. So this one, Allure test engine, this is another report you can use. So these are all the dependencies we need to add to your form.xml. This is the heart of entire Maven project. So this is the heart of entire Maven project. Now, this is the first step. Okay. So after this step, we have to create a second step, the packages. Under this, see here src main Java, src main resources. You can create a different packages here, or src test Java, src test. Generally, testers will use these two components to keep all their test code here. This src main Java is src main resources are used by developers, but it's up to them. So not necessary you have to keep here only. So if your project is standalone, it's not included in the development project, you can write here also your all different components you can keep, but test cases component must come here src test Java only. That's a mandatory. Okay. So now we need to create a packages.
So I
different
don't
package.
have src main resources on my folder, on folder structure. Do you think I missed something here? Like I have just only.
I think so. Maybe you didn't check that checkbox one before the name where you are giving. So you might miss it that create a, so that checkbox will be there, one checkbox while creating a project. You might have missed that. This one, Maven project, this create a simple project. This checkbox you might have missed here.
Yeah, I clicked that. Create.
So otherwise you delete it and create again. Okay.
Okay, later I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. So
Yeah. So make sure you check this checkbox. Then you'll get it. Generally, it will be there automatically. This folder structure by default, you will get this if you check all those options properly.
okay. Yeah, I'm missing. Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's the so complete project structure. Now we need to create a all this whatever we discussed till now, right? Whatever we discussed this structure, that structure we need to create now. All the packages, everything you have to create. So this structure I have explained here, right? This structure, packages, different components. These components we need to create. So let's go and implement that project packages first, creating the project packages. So if you want this, so you have a GitHub account, sir, or no?
I have GitHub, yes.
So can you log into GitHub? Can you log into your GitHub?
Yes.
So, and you can access this URL, okay? My URL, just keep this in right? After login, you just open this and you will get this. Okay, this is a public repository. You can get this. Okay,
Okay, can you send me on the chat? Like,
yeah, in the chat it is there.
okay, let me. Okay.
Okay, so did you open this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so now you can see there is a SRC test. Okay, SRC test. Can you see here SRC test?
Yes, sir.
Under so click on that.
Mhm.
So this is the components. So com.qt.opencard. This is the package you have to create. Okay. Under this, you have a factory component. But this is the root, sir. SRC test Java is the root you have currently already. SRC test Java. Under that, you have to create a com.qt.opencart is the common. So let's go and create a first SRC test Java below new package. So com.qt.opencart is our application. Okay. OpenCart is our application name. So that application name I'm giving here, OpenCart application dot. So this is the common for all. Okay. This is the common for all. So under this, copy this. Okay. com.qt.opencart. Next, one by one, we are creating. What is the one by one? Factory component, listeners component, pages component, test cases component, utils component. So these are all the packages you need to create under this. So first create a factory component dot factory. Okay. Click on finish. This is the packages we are creating. Then same right click on SRC test Java, new package dot. So the next one is listeners. Just give as it is listeners.
Open card.
Next. Again, same SRC test Java, you right click. com.care.opencart dot pages. Give pages. Then you right click on SRC test Java, package and dot. So you see here. So what is our test case? Just give test case. Next one. Next. New package dot utils is the last one. So this is the complete project structure you have to create under SRC test Java.
I am doing the last one, sir. Package. Dot open dot utils. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now, so after this is the one section. So now if you go to SRC test, there is a resources section. Okay. SRC test resource. Go inside the resources, create a data folder, config.properties file, log4j.xml. These are the, so first let's create a config.properties file, sir. Okay. Config.properties. How to create a config.src test resources? Select that SRC test resources, right click on that, new file. You have to right click on the SRC test resources.
Yes.
New file. So select the new file.
Okay.
Click on that. Then give config dot properties. Click on finish. Okay. So if you want, you can add all those properties. Open this, add all these properties. But you can create a credentials, otherwise you can use these things also, right? These are all the headless properties.
Okay, let me. Okay, I copied and paste config.properties.
So that is the one. The second one, just go to resources back, log4j2.xml. So you create first that file, log4j2, exactly same name you have to give. So you should not give differently. So right click on src test resource and new file, again file only, that is also file, log4j2.xml, log4j2.
.xml. Okay, and
log4j2.xml.
okay, so I create a second file as well.
Right? So just copy that, paste that content. So this entire content, you can see here, copy option will be there, copy and paste it here. That's it. So these are the two files ready under src test resources. Now, there is one more src test resources. Again, select, create a folder. So you create a folder. What is the folder? A data folder you create. There is a folder. Okay. src test resources folder. You create a folder. The folder name is data folder.
Okay.
This is all we are creating a skeleton of the project, sir. Just a project skeleton we are creating.
Okay.
And necessary data, we are adding the standard code. Okay, standard code we are adding. And till now, is it done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, go to the project, select the project. Okay, so project name. And we have to create a few more project level folders. If you go back to the project level folders, so can you see here, logs, Allure-results, reports. So these are the three folders you have to create. So that is target level, the project level. Allure-results. Go and create Allure-, right click on the project. New folder. So that is Allure-results. Finish it. Next, right click on the project. New folder. Next, logs, right? Logs. Next, Right click on the project, new folder. Then we have to create. What is the next one? Reports. So reports, you have to create a reports. Finish it. So these are the things you have to create.
Okay. Log. Finish. There is 3 folders, right? Reports, Allure, and okay. This data folder is, I think there is it empty, sir? Data folder that we created previously.
SRC test, that data I'll tell you. So Excel sheet we have to create, that
Mhm.
I'll tell you later. So what
Okay.
data you need to create. So
Okay.
that is later, not now.
Okay.
So while writing the code, you will understand. So why that data has to create, then we can place it.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, so till this point, all are done, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now let's go to one by one package, the factory package and the listeners package and the utilities package. These three will fill it clearly today. Okay, let's finish those things.
Can we have a
So-
break before doing that?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Like 10,
Right.
10 minutes.
Yeah, you can take 10 to 15 minutes. 7:45 will meet.